2022. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jags and the reigning Super Bowl champs. And it comes your way next.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here's the first drive. Now for the Jags. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. This defense for the Bengals, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Hurts. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. And they go play action now. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals have recovered it. So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And McPherson on for the extra point. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They run. Robinson. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Burrow on play action. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Drew Sample, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Hurts throw here, taken in by Ingram. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And down inside the 10 at the 9. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success is you score touchdowns on those drives. That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Touchdown! That's caught. Tyler Boyd from 8 yards out. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Play action. Here's Hurts. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second down now, it's Robinson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Boyd. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 33 yards. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown Bengals. Tyler Boyd from 21 yards away. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it's going to be second down. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. On first down, Hurts toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Hurts fumbles it, but it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On third down, Robinson, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He finds his man. Complete. It's Boyd. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd. 33 yards. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On second and very short, Hurts. Open man right side is Ingram. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime, and we will skip the highlights show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First down. Here's Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Claybrooks to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Hurts sets up to throw it. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Gets through and now an opening. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very.
Touchdown, Bengals! Tyler Boyd, 41 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Hurts. Finding room at the 30, and all the way up to the 31-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Throwing is Hurts. Finds his tight end Ingram. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals have recovered it. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but and now, as with every potential turnover, so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game.
And that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Burrow on play action. And it's caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And quickly, they get to the line. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst there to make the grab. And the Bengals get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Clay Brooks to return it. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had 1 week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I want to play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Clay Brooks to return it. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Brian Burns racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to go down again. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Cincinnati set to take over once again. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Jags grab it. There he goes left side. He's at the 30, 10, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And now before the ball changes hands, I'm going to take a look at this. So that challenge, a successful one. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hurts throw into the hands of Kirk. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hurts to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. This is Shenault on the receiving end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The outcome of this one, Well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was covering college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Bulldozes past him. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 35 before going out. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive experience.